We come together to work special crimes that are deemed best worked by means of undercover or covert surveillance. And this led us into contact with the Attorney General's office recently, who proposed that we do an online child predator sting here in Johnson County. We coordinated this with our local agencies, and we set up a sting to take place July 13th through 16th of this year. The operation was a success in the sense that we arrested 16 individuals that were coming into our communities here in Johnson County with the intent of raping our children. These men came here soliciting sex with these children, and they were arrested immediately upon entering our takedown areas. The officers that manned our takedown teams were comprised of our local officers with Burleson, Cleburne, Johnson County Sheriff's Office, and the Attorney General's Office Fugitive Apprehension Unit out of Fort Worth. The lead agency in this was the Child Exploitation Unit from the Office of Attorney General, and the Human Trafficking Unit also from the Attorney General's Office. We set up the sting here in Johnson County in Cleburne, and we had approximately 20 officers who were chatting live with possible offenders. These chats sometimes progressed really fast and led to the offender wanting to come and meet who they believed was a child for the purpose of sex. Of course, when they arrived at the meeting location, they were met by police officers and promptly arrested. All of these individuals were charged with online solicitation of a minor, which is a felony in second degree. The officers and staff that participated in this worked long hours, and they were very dedicated to what they were doing, and we saw nothing but the highest quality cases come from their efforts under the tutelage of the Attorney General's Office team, who were teaching us, the local officers, how to work these cases. We were working live cases under their supervision as this operation progressed. So as they were here, it was also real live operation, but it was also training for our local officers. And this is going to be training that we will keep and take and use for future investigations. And this will not be a one-time operation. This will be a type of investigation that we will now have the ability to do on our own here on a local level. The main person in charge of the operation that oversees the Attorney General's office is David Maxwell, and I'd like to bring him to the podium at this time. Mr. Maxwell.
Thank you. My name is David Maxwell. I'm the Director of Law Enforcement for the Texas Attorney General's office. If you want to see what success looks like in law enforcement, look around you. This is what makes it work. It's not about individuals. It's not about glory. It's not about individual effort from an agency. It's about our collective collaboration and our ability to work with each other that makes this successful. We do these operations around the state, and I'm happy to say this is the most successful operation we've ever done in our history. And that goes to the credit not just of our office, that goes to the credit of each agency you see represented up here and the efforts that they put in and the professionalism that they showed us while we were here in Johnson County. There is nothing more important than our children. Everybody's going to agree about that. The online predators are a scourge on our society. People don't realize that the sexual assault of children has such a pervasive effect on society. I've been with the state for 43 years, most of that time as a Texas Ranger working homicides. And I will tell you that in that capacity, I saw so many offenses that were committed by people who had had that in their early lives. This is something that we, with the Texas Attorney General's office, it's one of our big initiatives. And it is because we feel that how important it is to protect our children. Obviously, every agency represented here feels the same way. And it does my heart good to hear what he has to say about that they're going to continue this on their own, that they're going to take this training and continue this work, because I can't think of anything that will affect our society and help us more than protect our precious resources, which are our children. Thank you. Well, now we're going to have the District Attorney, Dale Hanna.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here before you just echoing what Mr. Maxwell just said about cooperative efforts. How proud we are of the cooperation between these agencies. I would expect that when these cases are indicted and the case is an online solicitation of a minor for sexual purposes, I would expect the juries in Johnson County to have just a very dim view of these situations. The punishment range is 2 to 20. Some of these people may be eligible for probation, but that will be something that will be looked at on a case-by-case basis. When you look at them, some of them are 20 and 21 and 24 years old. Some of them being 67, 46. It's interesting to note that the majority of them traveled to Johnson County from the Metroplex. It's also interesting to note some of them had drugs with them, some of them had guns with them. The big picture is I'm so proud of Johnson County juries because we have a law enforcement community-minded county. I would expect the sentences that some of these people get would be stiff sentences, as they should be. As Commander King of the Special Crimes Unit said, when you think about it, they're coming down here solely for the purpose of raping, because that's what sexual intercourse with a 14-year-old is, of an underage child who cannot give consent. As Mr. Maxwell said, what better efforts can we possibly perform than to protect our children? So, good day for law enforcement. Caught a lot of people on this particular sting, more than I think any of us anticipated. Kudos to the Burleson Police Department and the Cleburne Police Department, the Sheriff's Department for the cooperative efforts. We expect to proceed with these cases pretty quickly as the interest of justice requires, and to take a pretty strong stance on these things.